Welcome to the Atlaran Adventuring Company. This is the world of Atlaran. Beyond the Forgotten Realms and perhaps not far from Exandria, Atlaran and her two-moon sky have seen leviathans, dissolutions, divine gates, and calamities. And that's only the last 5,000 years. Perhaps most distinct for her scars, Atlaran is host to a number of sacred or cursed sites, depending on whether you ask Bahamut or Asmodeus. Or perhaps you'll ask the old FAELAN gods, whom the world herself and her moons and star are named after. These places, like Mount Gear, the Monomarig Meteor, Drozdana, the Dawn Deep Trench, the Shattered Continent, the Greenhall Sea, the entirety of Garrett Eldathos, they all play parts in the world's fate. But it's the people that truly shape it. And every so often, little windows of time, short glimpses into exceptional people's lives, are plucked from the midst of the chaotic centuries, and we call them stories. They're not always epics of heroism and bravery. Quite the contrary. Every hero was once a bumbling fool, or a selfish mercenary looking to make a platinum. Or, in most cases, both. And that brings us to our particular window in time, following in the footsteps of a scorned bard and her unlikely lone wolf companion. Or perhaps lone coyote is more apt.
Sylfia FAELAN, a half-elven bard unexpectedly turned knight of a fickle sea titan. Once a street urchin, Sylfie knows the meaning of hunger and struggle. With that, she also knows the meaning of flirtation and deceit. After all, pickpocketing is so much easier when they're distracted by a pretty face. Sylfia was born in Morsrus Harris, the chosen den of the pirates, assassins, slavers, and traffickers known as the Arbiters. Adopted in later childhood by Wedna and Alistair Altera, Sylfie and her older sister Marin thought that life would be better with parents. But instead, they and their adopted brothers were taken into the family business of shady contracts and heists. And one day, rebellion from Marin left her dead, and Sylfie all alone. She fled the island and evaded notice from her family for a decade, but now she's on their trail for revenge. She's already struck her brothers Redner and Flynn off the list, and now with the might of the primordial sea goddess Taiylor at her back, her sights have turned to the rest.
Kit, just Kit, a shifter, or ELUSIR, of the Coyote Totem and mildly devout cleric of Savros, the Balan god of mischief and wanderers. Originally hailing from Amnoblin as part of a group of natives called the Manamar and Dulmarig, Kit's people have always been harassed by the Skull, or outsiders who seek to take their ancestral lands and waters. Kit's particular tribe was attacked when he was young, rendering himself and his brother Ren orphans, and forcing their tribe to flee their home continent altogether. They found refuge in Irakel, but struggled to adjust to the change from subarctic to equatorial desert. Trusting in the sacred Mount Gear, heart of the world, to watch over them, Kit's people settled in the northern savannas. But Kit never settled, aimlessly causing trouble to Skull and taking mercenary contracts to send money home since he was 15. Kit has become a person of interest to the Guild of Wardens, enforcers who help keep the common laws. Thanks to Dana Fioris, a former troublemaking comrade who eventually went straight and became a warden herself, Kit has quite the dossier with the Wardens, and rarely struggles to find work at their guild. And now, alongside Sylfie, Kit has his own scores to settle with the Arbiters, though breaking apart an organization of kidnappers and slavers would be reason enough to destroy them.